He's a loser.
You know, that lovely group of people.
Risking brain damage, becoming a vegetable.
And that it's a mental illness. Consistency is refusing me. Resistance is abusing me. Distance is confusing me. Consistency is refusing me. Resistance is abusing me. That the whole endeavor is amusing me. Distance is losing me. Consistently, rusingly, cruisingly, snoozing me. Admittance, for instance, is bruising me.
Okay, so I'm going to go on a little rant about my conservative mother. Okay, so my conservative mother is one of those people that she's like, you know, women should be in the kitchen, and a man should be doing all the housely duties, or not the housely duties, the workly duties. He goes out, he works, he makes money, the woman has dinner, waiting, blah, blah. Okay, my brother is 19 years old. He's a fat loser.
Wow.
He can't keep a job. He literally goes to the gym and sits on the machines. He's a loser. He doesn't help out.
Wow, you must have a lot of love in that family towards your dad. If you're speaking about your brother this way, my gosh.
He has anger issues. He sits in his underwear all day and plays video games. So,
well, I mean, who doesn't, right?
Weird. He doesn't really seem like the typical conservative man, so I don't know how she's raising her son.
Well, I'm not sure how she raised her daughter. Seeing you're sporting that beautiful satanic tattoo on your neck. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there is a little upside down cross, like right here. Yeah, she's got it going on. My gosh.
But her daughter is living on her own and has been doing it for like ever. So, but I never get praised because I'm a liberal.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. So glad you could be here today. Listen, we have a fun show planned for you. It's going to be good. It's going to be crazy. So let's jump in that liberal pool of madness right now. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
Conservatives always talk about TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, and stuff like that, and say that man lives rent-free in our heads, and that it's a mental illness. But I think that TDS, the T shouldn't be for Trump, it should be for trans. Trans derangement syndrome. Because what do you mean that the trans community takes up so much space in your head that all you do is spout negativity towards them when they don't do anything at all?
No, they don't do anything
to make your life bad in any kind of way. They are just living their lives. They're trying to be their authentic selves. They're trying to be happy. And all you can do is think about where they use the restroom, and you get so offended by rainbow flags and everything like that. So the TDS is really trans derangement syndrome. Because what do you mean they live rent-free in your head and you have so much animosity towards them when they don't do anything to you in any kind of negative way? Think about it.
Okay, I thought about it, and you're right. I think we should just let them have all the space they want, all the time they want to groom young children in the way they want to groom them. I mean, it's their prerogative. They're just living life, not bothering anybody else. Except for the children.
Okay, so this is for the pro-lifers out there and all of the, conservatives, Republicans, that lovely group of people. How can you call yourself pro-life if you were going to murder women for getting an abortion?
What?
You can't get abortions because you're killing babies, poor innocent babies, but then you're going to kill the woman for getting an abortion, making a...
Who's doing that? Who is killing mothers just because they have an abortion? That does not happen. Where are you getting your information from?
A choice with their own body. If a person doesn't want to have a baby, that is a valid reason. Because we also all know the foster care system is, when I was younger, I'd always be like, let's just put them up for adoption. First of all, it's not that easy. And second of all, it's so fun. And I believe no child should be brought into the world that is not wanted, that is dreaded. You know what I mean? Because that's just pain for everybody involved.
And I'd rather just keep all the pain to the baby inside the womb that's being ripped apart, limb from limb, literally. Yeah, that's the only pain that I want felt in this scenario here. That's it. I don't want to feel any pain, but I don't care if the baby feels pain. I could care less.
So, what are we going to do about the men impregnating these women that are getting abortions? So the men that assaulted these women and got them pregnant, are we going to kill them too?
Are you saying every woman that gets pregnant has done so by being violated? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not true.
What about the men that force women to get abortions?
And what about the women that got abortions without telling the would-be father until after the abortion? What about that? Huh?
Are we going to kill them?
Well, you're killing the baby. I guess you might as well just start killing everybody, right?
Like, I highly, highly doubt this law bill is going to get passed. I highly fucking doubt it. But it's so funny. Our world is falling apart right now. We're watching the world fall apart in front of our eyes.
Thanks to the liberals. Yeah.
World War III's coming. World War III's coming. I don't know how I went from abortion laws to World War III, but you know,
question.
Right now everything connects. Okay, bye.
I honestly think that if you regret being born, you should be able to sue your parents for millions. They've committed the ultimate harm to you, to trap you into a life of pure hell that you never asked for, never consented to, and then you have to commit suicide to get out of it, risking brain damage, becoming a vegetable. No, this. Nobody should have this done to them ever again. We have to fight to make sure this never happens again. Nobody's ever born again.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Join the pro-extinction movement. Fight for total extinction. It's the only way to make sure no one is forced into a life of hell ever again. Join us today. Fight for total extinction.
But wait! There's more!
If you were born or know somebody that was born, then firstly, I'm sorry to hear that. And secondly, join our campaign against life itself.
What did you say?
We're campaigning for total extinction so that no animal and no human is ever born again into a life that they never asked for.
What? So you're just gonna have like the insects rule the world again, or at some point? Like what is the goal? You want no animals or people to ever give birth again? How are you possibly going to enforce this? You're retarded. I'm sorry, but...
Suffer terribly. It's not a joke. It's actually a serious movement, a real campaign. So get involved today. Fight for the victims who would be better off not being born, who aren't asking to be born into this cruel world. Fight for them with us at the Pro-Extinction Movement. We won't stop until we've achieved total extinction and total safety for all from being forced to exist in this world.
You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
White people got one more time for me to, and they not say shit back. All right, bitch, I'm gonna push your little mouth ass down. Skinny ass lips.
Skinny ass lips is certainly an insult, I guess. There's a lot of hatred in that woman. My goodness.
I'm getting really tired of pretending that Kamala Harris would have been just as bad as Donald Trump. I was talking to one of my friends the other night, and we were talking about just, you know, the state of things, how awful everything is, and about, like, who we voted for in 2024. These are not liberal friends. Like, these are, like, communist friends. Like, these are real far leftist friends. And my friend was saying how they wanted to vote for Kamala because she was a better choice than Trump, but how at the last second they were like, oh, but the Palestinian children, like, I can't bring myself to vote for Kamala, who is still defending a genocide. And for a second, I was like, yeah, no, I get that. And then I was like, okay, what about the trans kids in America?
Good question.
About all of us living on this singular planet where Trump is rolling back the environmental protections? Talk about great equalizer. Like, if this planet goes down, not only do we all go down, but actually the poor people and the regular people go down first while the bourgeoisie get to jet out of town to their Nordic vacations.
Wait, I thought you said we lived on a singular planet, so if the planet goes down, won't we all go down? Because last time I checked, Antarctica was still on the planet.
These two candidates were not the same. And Kamala Harris was an imperialist. She was a liberal. She was establishment Dem. She was a former prosecutor. But she also would have defended gay people. She also wouldn't have threatened to...
Wait a minute. No, she wouldn't. She gave the specific reason she didn't pick Buttigieg is because he was too gay. I mean, he was just gay, period. She couldn't have that as a vice president. No way. So don't tell me she would defend gay rights, okay?
To wipe out the population of Iran. She also wouldn't be inciting political violence. Also wouldn't be rolling back environmental protections that specifically help people of color, or have defunded USAID, which literally saves lives across the world.
No, actually that's kind of wrong, because I would say most of that money didn't end up going to help anybody. It was a gravy train for not only people in this country, the Democrats, but also for people all over the world. I mean, I saw a video of this lady who's, I don't know, she's like in, who knows, Africa. I don't even remember where it was. But she's in this open market and she's selling goods. And lo and behold, this black lady, it doesn't matter that she's black, but this lady, she's sitting in this open market, and what does she have right next to her? This gigantic, I don't even know how many pounds it was, but it was a gigantic burlap bag of USAID rice. How did she get that, I wondered? Because that should have gone to fed people in her little community there. But no, she got a hold of it, and she's, selling it for some extra cash. So don't tell me that USAID was helping a lot of people, because quite frankly, for every one person it helped, there were probably 1,000 people that didn't get a dime of that money. So whatever.
And she definitely would have protected women's right to abortion. And
well, that's all that matters. As long as she protects killing babies, let's roll the dice for her.
I'm not saying she's anywhere close to perfect. I'm not even going to say she was a good candidate. But she was miles better than Donald Trump. And I'm frankly exhausted of just like the leftist spaces where I have to make sure that I say that I didn't like Kamala Harris and that I voted for her begrudgingly, because I did vote for her begrudgingly. There should have been a better candidate. But guys, I feel like we've lost the plot. If your entire political identity is based around making sure that people's material conditions get so bad that their literal only chance of salvation is political revolt and a complete dismantling of the system, like communists, then I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess you're standing on business of implementing what you want to do, but I'm not there yet, because I'm 23 years old. Who knows how long I'm going to live? And the time that I'm on this earth, I want to make sure that I'm improving people's material conditions now, making sure that people's lives get better, making sure that people have access to gender affirming care or health care that isn't 3 times their mortgage. Like,
so important.
Have we lost the plot?
And here's Kamala on, it appears to be some kind of Zoom conference. And wow, she is basically saying, okay, everybody, let's get cracking here. We gotta brainstorm. We gotta make sure we figure out exactly how we're gonna cheat for the next several decades. We gotta make a plan, implement that plan, and make sure that we cheat our way to power and keep that power. It is kind of crazy that she said all this stuff out loud, but they're not too smart. Take a look.
Say, look, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas. A no bad idea brainstorm is what I'd like to call it. And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, look, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee. That we agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices. And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and DC. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their maps. And all of this, I think, is look, we got to fight fire with fire. These folks are playing to win.
Why should I vote for you? I'm not Trump. Okay, but what are you for? I'm not Trump. I know what you aren't. Tell me what you are. I'm not Trump. Forget it. I'll wait for 2028. I won't be Trump then either. No, they won't, because they have no other idea of how to enact policy or anything else. They're just against Trump, and they think that's going to be all that it takes to win themselves back into power, which is absolutely moronic.
And I know I posted the other day about how there are a lot of great leftist men who care about deconditioning patriarchy and misogyny, but there are also so many that don't and act like it's like left com to get people to care about misogyny. And that is also incredibly just disheartening. I there's not a day that goes by where I don't deal with pretty extreme levels of misogyny every week.
Really? Every day? Extreme levels? Yeah, I don't think so.
Where I fucking go. And it's just like, it's so incredibly heartbreaking to come across people and men on the left who just are still clearly so patriarchal and so misogynistic.
Could you even imagine going out with this girl? Oh my gosh. There's going to have to be a guy that takes one for the team, or else she has to be, batting for the other team. But my goodness, that would be a train wreck of a relationship for any guy that gets involved with her, unless they're a total cuck, then they're fine. They'd have to be a total soy boy, lefty, Kamala bro type guy. That's who she would be happy with. And even that would probably not be sufficient for her, because I'm sure he would say something that was misogynistic at some point, right?
Just so misogynistic. It is so just repulsive. I'm feeling I'm an extremely optimistic person. And usually my revolutionary optimism is quite strong, but I am just I'm feeling very defeated and repulsed right now. And just I hate this country, and I hate capitalism, and I hate liberals. Obviously conservatives as well. But
well, yeah.
I mean, the same.
Women.
All right, my friends, it is time to play Lib Logic. All right, we're going to watch a couple of clips and let me know when you can spot the Lib Logic.
I want you to look at the paper. I want you to stop asking us questions that are intended to construe our narrative and start looking for the facts.
Oh, you have a narrative?
Stop talking. Look up the facts themselves at the IPCC report.
What is environmental justice?
Environmental justice is justice for people who will be impacted by climate change the most.
Who is impacted by climate change the most, and what is your solution?
People of color are impacted the most. People in East Austin, for example, who are going to be most impacted by climate change. People.
Whoa, let's stop right there. How are people in East Austin going to be impacted by climate change more than people in West Austin?
Because they're people of color live in East Austin. We're one of the most segregated cities.
I live in East Austin.
well, clearly you're not a person of color. I'm saying primarily people of color will be affected.
So if we just move all the people of color to West Austin, that'll solve the issue?
What is your biggest fear in 2025?
People not understanding the difference between lies and truth.
What is a woman?
Does it really matter?
So could I be a woman if I wanted to be?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that's it for today, my friends. Thank you very much for playing Lib Logic. Well, I'm proud to say that the Dave Show has obtained some very exclusive behind-the-scene footage of one of these totally organic, totally grassroots-driven protests about Palestine and Gaza. It's very insightful. Take a look.
Really well organized. We set it up already. Hundreds of people around.
We got Graham Musk by the Teslicles.
That's very clever. By the Teslicles. Brother.
We won't buy a Tesla.
Why are you?
What?
No. You cannot.
What?
No, you may not record me.
Yeah, I can.
No.
I can. We're in public, man.
That's true. He can totally film anything he wants. He is on the sidewalk there. Public domain. Sorry, Granny.
I'm telling you, you cannot record me.
Yes, you can. You're out in public, man. You have no expectation of privacy in the public.
What do you know about it?
I came from a uterus. I know that. I was in one.
Well, it looks like the scare machine of the left is starting to get into full steam with this Hantavirus that apparently is so contagious, it's not really spreading at all. But that's not what the mainstream media would have you think. And of course, people are starting to beg everyone else that has a brain to mask up. Ay, 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 here we go again, my friends. Insanity 2.0. Let's do it.
I just gotta work, and look, I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah, crazy eyes. We can totally tell you're wearing a mask. Of course, why wouldn't you be?
Apparently that makes everyone mad, so just want to let you know that I'm still wearing a mask.
Hey, if you're worried about the Hantavirus situation,
I'm not, but go ahead.
Wear a mask. Wear a respirator, even outside. This is a head strap one. This is an N95. There are
but what are you doing wearing a mask inside your car? And you're inside your car by yourself. Who are you protecting yourself from? Yourself? At the very least, take it off when you're inside your car by yourself. Come on, lady.
also KN95s, which are just the ear loop ones. The tighter it is to your face, the better, which is why the head straps are a little bit more protective. It basically just creates like a seal to prevent air from coming in or escaping.
Oh, so it's like, I think another term for that is called suffocation, right? Is that what's happening there? Slow suffocation? Is that what you're into? I don't know.
You can also get these really cool little sip valves so you can drink without taking your mask off.
Oh yeah, that looks really cool.
Also just reducing risk. It's just like a little, just pop the straw through there. Really easy to cut it. But yeah, I am begging you all, please, for the love of God. I'm seeing so many videos and comments of people being like, I don't have the time. I don't feel like it. Guess what, y'all? Like, did we not learn from 2020 that that's just wishful thinking, and denial is not how we prevent anything? We actually need to like take measures, and sometimes they're not that fun.
Yeah, and we also learned that the masks really didn't do anything. We also learned that all these stupid mandates that came out of Fauci actually came out of his butt because he was just making it up as he went. Yeah, that's pretty much what we learned. Not to trust the government when it comes to science.
I mean, I'm used to wearing a mask because I've been wearing one since 2020. Still not my most favorite thing in the world. Obviously, I have a beautiful smile. I would love to show it off. I'm a very expressive person. However, that's much less important to me than my long-term health and the health of other people.
what about your mental health? Because that seems like it maybe like that ship has sailed a long time ago.
So yeah, I am begging you all, please just wear a respirator. We are like dying for more people to wear them to keep everyone safe and themselves safe. And while Hantavirus, it says it's not spread, directly person to person, except there's like one strain. That might be the one that's it. And also mutations happen. So like,
yeah, and a meteor could like fall from the sky, or I don't know, maybe you might get hit by an elephant in downtown New York or something when you're crossing the street. I mean, anything could happen, right? So you better mask up because you never know.
Let's just not fuck around with fate this time and like actually just do something to keep everyone safe and prevent lockdowns. Because us just ignoring it and being like, I don't feel like dealing with, that's not going to do anything, unfortunately.
And how much do you want to bet she is rocking a serious septum ring? Just saying.
Right, I've got this comment enough times that I am taking you to my mask drawer.
Oh. Phew. Thought that was maybe another kind of drawer she wanted to show us.
To explain the best masks, full stop. That applies to this, that applies to COVID, it applies to airborne particles, etc.
Well, I could just stop you right there, because the short answer are no masks. There are no masks that are needed because it's not a thing anymore. COVID is not killing people left and right. And the Hantavirus, despite what they're saying, is still exceptionally hard to get. So don't freak out, people. No need to mask, but let's hear what you have to say.
The best mask is by far the 3M Aura. It's...
Oh, 3M Aura? Okay. That sounds like something else, but okay, let's
not
keep going.
The cheapest option, but if you value your life and your health...
Oh, yeah.
For me, I would much rather spend money on this than luxuries. Prior to using single-use masks, I used reusable masks. These are N95 FFP2 masks. And to be fair, I had...
I'm sorry, but that almost looks like underwear. Like she's going to strap underwear to her face or something.
Been admitted to hospital many times where I had COVID patients around me, and I never caught COVID when I was wearing these.
I've been seeing a lot of masking because of Hantavirus videos. And while it's great that more people are masking, and I absolutely encourage more people to mask in more places.
Look, I can guarantee you, this lady, she was masking well before this Hantavirus was showing up. Just look at those crazy eyes she's given already. Yeah, she's been masking since 2020 for sure.
This really highlights a disconnect that people have because you are way more likely to become disabled by a COVID infection than you are from getting Hantavirus.
Right now? Are you talking about right now? Are you serious? When was the last death that we've heard from COVID? Or anything nefarious from COVID in the last few years? Nothing. What are you talking about?
In this moment, there is such a high prevalence of long COVID, and that prevalence increasing with each infection that you get. So logically, it does not make sense for you to wear a mask because of Hantavirus when the risk of...
Well, thank you for at least admitting that. It's not logical to wear a mask for the Hantavirus. Thank you.
Getting Hantavirus right now is very low, but the risk of you getting COVID and becoming disabled by COVID is pretty high. So
no, no, it is not. It's not at all. What are you talking? Hey, yeah, these people.
Wear a mask, clean the air. Let's be a little bit more rational with our safety measures and precautions.
Wow.
Gay!
I'm sure his mother's so proud. And since the powers that be want everybody to get whipped up into another frothy hysteria over a Hantavirus, I think this next guy, I think he's got the right idea, and he's getting ahead of the curve. Let's check it out. That's funny. But there were actually people that were like that were pretty much doing the exact same thing in the thralls of COVID when it was at its peak. So glad that's over. I'm not sure if this next guy is giving the middle finger to the Hantavirus or possibly to those that wear masks for the Hantavirus. I don't know. You tell me. Let me know.
I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show and would like to sponsor an episode, it's super easy to do. You could do a super thanks, a PayPal, or we could do a hot chocolate together. Scan the QR code. The links are down below, and I appreciate all of your support. Well, my friends, we have a couple more clips to get through as we near the end of the show today. This next clip, it is disturbing on a couple levels. One, the sheer speed in which these dishes are being washed. But I think, to me at least, more importantly, is check out the condition of the water that these plates are being thrown into. Yikes. And if you happen to have eaten at the restaurant where those plates were being washed and got depressed, well, this next clip should cheer you up. It should put a smile on the face of every guy out there. And maybe some of the ladies, I'm not sure. I know it would put a smile on my face. It's pretty cool. Check it out.
The Swap Arcade is fun for everyone. Because when you're not playing, it transforms into a beautiful cabinet. And when you're ready to play, in seconds, you have a full-sized, awesome arcade. Built with premium parts, including Sanwa joysticks, it delivers a true arcade experience.
Well, that's a wrap for the show, and I do appreciate you spending time with me today. And please don't forget to like, share. That's really important to help grow the channel. Subscribe, slap that bell all over the place so you're always notified. And hey, give me hype if you can. Until the next episode, stay safe and have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.